financials, accounting, control, okay, setup, organizations, purchasing options.
Do we need to define purchasing options, financial options, and receiving options also?
Yes, but receiving options already have been defined when we have created our inventory organization. We just now defined financial options. Now we are going to define our purchase this options, that is automatic, that is some 3000. Meaning, hope you understand, these are all the setups I'm creating only to create a receipt in my destination organization, and here this is my accrual. 7. But I'll be going more in detail about all these controls, don't worry about it. But these are the options which we have to complete before you opening the periods in. So now it is allowing us to open the periods in purchasing. So here I'm going to open the periods April and also March. April and March. So just save this. Now we are able to create the receipts. Now you see here in my destination organization, that is transactions receiving receipts. This is GSM, and this is my shipment number 522. Click on find. Now this time it won't give any error as such. So we are going to receive 5 quantity of this particular item, and here you can see the destination type is directly showing as inventory. Destination type is showing as inventory because the receipt routing that is opted is direct. When the receipt routing is direct delivery, meaning the source organization is directly delivering the goods into my destination organization. Save this receipt. Now you can see the stock levels in the inventory, on hand availability, on hand quantity, and here the item is GSS new item. Here we have, now the stock level will get updated into my destination organization. Now just let me complete these steps so that you'll, so make sure that the item is assigned to both source and destination organization, and create shipping networks. So when I'm going to define the shipping network, we have to give the details about source organization, destination organization, and transfer type and receipt routing. Meaning these are the details which we have to provide. Now to create a shipment, this is the shipping network which is required. Now make sure that, okay, here this is the shipping network. Now in order to receive the goods into my destination organization, we have to complete these following setups here. Now create for PO. I have shown you what is the menu, request group and data group required for, let's say, it has purchasing. And for this purchasing, set MO operating unit, MO operating unit, profile option, assign responsibility to users. Now we have to open the periods in okay, before this, open the periods in GL, purchasing, open the periods in inventory. But before opening the periods in all this, after assigning this, we have to define or create. Say I just have mapped only the mandatory information as of now, but I'll go more in detail about this financial options later when we are actually going to start the concept of purchasing. Define financial options. Create purchasing options. Create receiving. But these options have been already created at the time of creating our inventory organization. But this is all one-time setup, you know. This we don't have to create for every receipt which I'm going to create. But in order to create receipt, these are all the mandatory setups required. Receiving options. Now open the periods in GL, open the periods in purchasing, open the periods in inventory. Meaning these are all the setups required in create the, in order to the setups required in purchasing to create receipts. Now finally we are going to create receipts. Now the stock levels got updated here. Am I clear on this point? Now, okay, this is which method here? In transit, the receipt routing is direct. Now we'll see other two levels of receiving the goods from this. So I'll just change my shipping network here. Setup organizations shipping networks. Find. This is GSS to GSM, and now this time I'm going to change my receipt routing to standard. I'm going to change my receipt routing to standard. Right. Now close this. Meaning the routing is standard, meaning we are the responsibility of the source organization will be seized upon delivering the goods at some receiving point. Now Here again, I'm going to create a new shipment. Here, transactions, inter-organization transfers to which organization here? Oh, sorry, here my current working organization is. Change organization to GSS. Transactions, inter-organization transfers. This is to member. Type is in transit. This is 521. Click on transaction lines. This is GSS new. From which sub inventory we wanted to transfer? Stores. And this is optional. And here, how much quantity we are going to transfer? Some 50 quantity. Save the transaction. A shipment is created for 50 quantity with shipment number here 521. Meaning here in my source organization, the stock levels got updated. Now I'm going to receive the goods in my destination organization. So I'm just moving my control to change organization to GSM. And transactions, receiving, receipts, which shipment number with which we are going to receive the goods here? 521. Click on 5. So here, this is the 50 quantity, and you can see the destination type is showing as receiving here. Earlier, it is showing as inventory because now the goods being delivered at some location. Save this. Save. And now you can see the stock is still not updated into my inventory because the stock has been received at some receiving point but not into directly my inventory. So once after receiving the goods at my receiving point, we have to now deliver the goods from receiving point to our stores. So go to receiving transactions, for which shipment number we are going to deliver the goods from shipping point is 521. Click on find. Now you can see the destination type will show as inventory. And into which stores you wanted to take these goods here, you can give the sub inventory here. Now the stock levels in the inventory will get updated. Save this. So this is how we are going to receive the goods if the routing is standard delivery. Now we'll see inspection required. For inspection required, again I'm going to change my shipping network. Setup organizations, my shipping networks, and here I'm going to change my routing to inspection required. Save and close. Save and close. Now here I'm going to create a shipment, but before this I have to change my current working organization to GSS. Transactions, inter-organization transfers, in-transit shipment. This is my shipment number. Click on transaction. Yes, this is GSS new item. Stores. At shipment, there is no change. The way that you create the shipment, whether it is direct routing or standard routing or inspection required, the shipment point of view, there is no difference. But only thing is this routing is going to change how exactly we are going to receive the goods in our destination organization. This is some 150 quantity I'm going to transfer. Save. Here immediately the stock levels in the source organization will get decreased. Now we have to receive the goods in our destination organization. And to receive the goods in our destination organization, so here I'm going to change my control to which organization? GSM. That is my member. Now transactions receiving, first we are going to receive the goods. Here the shipment number is 523. So here you can see the destination type is showing as receiving. Save this. Now we have to perform inspection. To perform inspection, we have to go to the receiving transactions. Receiving transactions, search for your either receipt number or by your shipment number. So I'm going to give my shipment number, that is 523. Here you can see that still the destination type is showing as receiving. But here this button is going to get enabled. Until unless you don't perform inspection, will be not allowed to transfer this material into my destination. So here you can see that it is not inspected or inspection required. So here we are supposed to track accepted quantity and rejected quantity. So click on inspect. So how much quantity you wanted to accept here? Maybe my quality department has approved 140 quantity and they have rejected one point here. If I say accept 140, does it mean that the remaining 10 quantity is rejected? Does it mean that remaining 10 quantity is rejected? No. When you wanted to reject the quantity, you compulsory have to give the status as rejected for the 10 quantity. This is my 10 quantity rejected. Save. Now we are again going to the receiving transactions to transfer this accepted or rejected quantity into my stores. Go to receiving transactions. Now search for either your receipt number or by your shipment number. 523 is my shipment number. And here now you can see the destination type will show as inventory. So this time it is compulsory to select our sub inventory. Sub inventory accepted. Maybe 10 you can also take into sub inventory or process returns to return the goods back to my source organization. Save and close. Right. So this is how the process of, we have seen which direct delivery, standard delivery and inspection required. What are
The
the
transfer
different
type is, if the transfer type is direct, then we don't need to do anything, right? Directly.
but and what situations will go for direct method? So this is my, say for example, source organization. This is my destination organization. We have created an inter-organization transfer, that is transfer 1. We transferred some item GSS new from 100 quantity or 100 quantity. Maybe as of now the stock position of this is, say for example, 1000 on hand quantity, and it is, we have here physically we have created a receipt of 100. Now here my on hand quantity here is on hand quantity here is 100. Here my on hand quantity is, so actually present is after shipment, my on hand quantity is, on hand quantity here is 900. Are you getting the point? We have created a transaction. As of now, it is 1000, but after creating the shipment, the stock levels in the inventory will get decreased by 100. Upon receipts in the destination organization, my on-hand quantity is 100. But after creating this transaction, again, the issue is when physically, when they have counted the stocks in the destination organization, they found only 95 items, and here they found 905, meaning that quantity is missing in my source organization. So here we have to make corrections between these two organizations, but it is a correction of logical corrections where we have to update our stock levels in our source and destination organization. So in that case, we can go for direct transfers. So direct transfers are logical transfers which are basically used for inter-organization inventory adjustments. Say here I'm going to create a new shipping network, setup, organizations. Now this time I'm going to create a shipping network between GSM to GSS, but this time I'm going to select which option here? Direct. And for direct method, it won't ask you freight on board or receipt routing. You see, both are grayed out, but we have to enter these accounts. Now, when you wanted to create, now right now I'm in GSM only. I'll be going with transactions, inter-organization transfers. Right now, my current working organization, the destination organization is, this is master, and here you can see this is direct organization. It won't ask you to enter the shipment number because we are not physically shipping or we are not physically receiving the goods. Directly, when you wanted to create your inter-organization adjustments, we'll be creating this. GSS new. This is my sub inventory, store one, and my destination sub inventory is stores. There is a difference of how much quantity is coming in my stock level. Say for example 5 quantity. Immediately the stock levels will get updated in both the inventory organizations. No need to create a physical shipment. There is no need to create physical receipt. Am I clear on this point? So this is about inter-organization transfers. Tomorrow we'll continue with inventory controls. Inventory controls. Right, like serial control, lot control, locator control, all these controls we'll be discussing it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you.